Welcome to What's Happening at the Cat. We have two amazing guests in studio today.
Excited about this one.
You're excited about this one? John Szymkowski and Jim Ray, welcome.
Well, thank you. We're honored to be here. Yeah.
From the band Out of Eden.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Eagles tribute band.
Yes.
Yay!
So we've got Out of Eden coming to The Cat on February 27th at 7 p.m. And so we want to chat with you a little bit and talk to you about this amazing opportunity that we have coming to the theater. So
Yeah, I've seen you guys twice at Firestone Farms. We're so grateful to have Firestone, right? And it was a sea of thousands of people, so you guys decided, you'd come to the little boutique theater and play to 429 people. Yeah, we're excited to have you come to our theater. So
well, we can't wait.
Yeah. So Where Out of Eden, how did you guys start out? How long have you been together?
Well, 11 years ago, Ronnie and I were a little cover band together, and he has loved the Eagles for his entire life. Played the songs when he was little. He lived for the Eagles. And we did a couple Eagles songs in the cover band, but the other guys didn't want to do any more. And so we got tired of that one, and Ronnie decided he was going to quit. And he said, "Hey, you want to come with me? I'd like to start a tribute band, an Eagles tribute band." I go, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." And after that, it's been nonstop. We had to find the right people, and we started out, and we had some rough roads to travel. But we finally got together where we got a bunch of guys that really love the Eagles, want to play the stuff, good people, fun to be around, and we ended up now we're playing theaters, we're playing out of state, and we just love it.
yeah.
Well, that's great. When you think of the Eagles, obviously, I don't know what you think of first. Do you think of the iconic riffs? Do you think of the amazing drum beats? I think you think of the harmonies. You think of Seven Bridges, and you think of these songs that without those parts, the songs just don't sound the same. So how long do you guys rehearse for those vocal parts? And at one time, when in any one song, how many of you are singing to make those 4 and sometimes 5-part harmonies actually work?
The harmonies are, to me, one of the toughest parts of copying the Eagles. Mm-hmm. The harmonies aren't even always the same in every verse or every chorus. They change. So and somebody's got to be way up there high, and somebody's usually going to be down there low. And we have 6 people that actually can sing, and right now we have 5 of us that sing quite a bit on a lot of songs. Sometimes there's only 3 parts, sometimes there's 4 parts, sometimes there's an extra person singing a lower part. It's not really a harmony, but it's an octave that gives it some bottom end. Mm-hmm. But we just love doing it, and that when you're singing the harmonies and they sound good to you, it just gives you chills. Yeah. And so the people, when we play, people are out there and you can see it in their faces, and they're usually singing along with us on almost every song. It's incredible the words that they know.
You're right.
It's like, geez, I wish I knew that many words.
So you guys practice regularly and then have gigs most weekends?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we're getting a new member or something like that, we'll have to really hunker down and go to the woodshed and practice hard to get everybody together, get it tight, so to speak. And then last year we played quite a few gigs where it was kind of hard to find time to practice. So what we'll do is we'll warm up in the dressing room, and believe it or not, the bathroom has the best acoustics. So we go in there and we'll sing harmony parts. And the last gig, we were in there for probably a half hour practicing harmony parts on certain songs and getting ready to go. Yeah,
that's awesome.
What would you, for each of you, what's your favorite song to perform each night?
There's being the Eagles. There are so many good ones, but we do a few songs by Don Henley from his solo career. And there's a song called Heart of the Matter that Don wrote that's really, really means a lot. And it means a lot to me as well. So it's probably one of my favorite songs to sing. And also Take It to the Limit. And there's a few others, but I won't bore you, I guess. So.
Jim?
My favorite is probably Seven Bridges Road. And I have to admit, Heart of the Matter is another one. It's just a beautiful song. And Take It to the Limit.
And the crowd gets in the Take It to the Limit where they'll sing that part, and like Take It Easy, we'll do a spot where they'll take that part over, stand on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. They'll sing that part, and it's you'll have whatever it is, 400 people or 2,000 people singing along at the same time. It's very, very cool stuff, right? And stuff too just pumps you up. It's like you don't want to stop doing it because it's just so much fun.
What is it about the music that resonates from decade to decade, right? Because even young kids, if they are exposed to the Eagles, they're feeling it.
It's a part of their youth, and it's gone through, generations. And like again, the guy that came to the show, it says, "Hey, I used to listen to the Eagles with my dad, and my dad's no longer with us, so I'm here in support of my dad tonight." And I sang every song, and you get people, more than just one people tell you that. Everybody knows the words, everybody sings along, and it's one big happy family.
The songs are very different. It's some bands you go and every song starts sounding the same, and you don't get that with the Eagles. And I think I even say from my kids, they like the Eagles because I played a lot when I was younger too. So, they're there. And I think that happens with a lot of younger people. We're actually seeing more younger people that come to our shows. And it's amazing. A lot of times, there's a lot of older people too.
Right.
And but when younger people start showing up, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
You had mentioned earlier that you did a couple of Don Henley's songs as a solo artist. Do you branch off into any other of the solo artists? Any Glenn Frey songs? Any Joe Walsh songs that we're going to hear? Timothy Schmidt songs?
We do the Joe Walsh. We do a couple Joe Walsh songs. We do a Walk Away, and we do Life's Been Good. Rocky Mountain Way sometimes will be an encore or a closer for us. What we do, depending on time restraints. Some gigs are hard out, meaning that you got to be done on the minute. Others we got more time to play around, and we could be more flexible with the set list. Jim creates the set list, does a great job with the set list, and sometimes it's a challenge to where do we if it's less time, what are we going to take out? Because
what song
do you take out, right? So usually it might be a Walsh song and not an Eagles song. But depends on the time, right, Jim?
Yes, we've had times where we've played out and somebody will request an odd song. Maybe it was a Glenn Frey song, and we would actually stop and play it. But then we would leave out Take It Easy or something. And then at the end of the job, we hear from them and say, "Why didn't you play that song?" So it is hard, but we'll play the Timothy B. Schmidt stuff. We used to do a little more Frey, but really Henley's the one we tap the most because he has a lot of beautiful songs.
Big hits, right? So try to cover the best of the hit, the greatest hits by the Eagles. It's what we try to do. But again, we do throw in a few of the Henley solo stuff, and like we just said, some Joe Walsh. And basically, I think that's about it, really, as far as the catalog.
Well, there's a few songs that we have. We have some new players right now, and there's a few songs that we haven't put back in our catalog yet, but they'll be in there before long.
Yeah, and the complexity of the Eagles, the musicianship, the harmonies. We talked about that earlier. The beauty of the writing, the lyrical writing. I saw a Deadhead sticker on a Cadillac, and what that means, and that has a different definition today than it did when he wrote it. Warm Smell of Colitas. You start to appreciate the lyricists in the music. I know Don and Glenn being the main writers, but when you dissect the song, and I guess the question I'm asking is, are those some of the things that appeal to you guys? Because that appeals to me when you dissect a song and you actually find out, okay, Hotel California, the intricacies of those two guitars, and they don't work without the other. Just like, hey, something sounds different, but maybe a listener that's not tuned into dual guitars may not know exactly what it is. They may not be able to articulate those differences, but are you guys like geeked out about that kind of stuff? Because that's what geeks me out as a musician myself, is when I can look at the intricacies of how a song was constructed That was a really long question. I'm sorry about that.
Well, it's a quick answer. Yes,
Yeah,
it's so. What's the word? It's so captivating. Like when you get to those parts of those songs, because everyone else is waiting for them as well, and then they erupt when those guys all come out front together, and then the people just go crazy because that's the iconic lick. You know what I mean? Right there. And there's iconic notes. There's a Meisner note that if you can hit that note, people go crazy. There's some Henley stuff that's really beautiful. And when you said back about writing, The Last Resort's an amazing song that he wrote about how the West was lost, not how it was won. And it's a beautiful song that he wrote. And he does a beautiful note at the end of that song as well. And there's just, like you said, there's just so many things that go on with that band between arrangements, vocals, guitar parts, and of course the harmonies that are just signature. Yeah.
I can tell you're an Eagles fan.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you said you were, but there's no doubt in my mind now after that question.
Well, I'm a musician fan. I mean, I also I love technology, but I love live art, and I think that we're in a time where our patrons especially, they're very appreciative of a person standing on a stage and showing their souls and showing emotion. And not to sound too sappy, but human connection is we were created to be with each other. And whether it's a tribute band or whether it's a musical or a play, our venue, what we love about it, we love our size, because you guys are going to see your patrons like up close, because it's a small venue, and our patrons love the talent we bring in. So I'm excited about that connection. That's, it's different than just going to a huge stadium. I love seeing bands, but when you're up in the nosebleeds, it's like, okay, this is a great concert, but there's something beautiful about being able to get close up to the.
And the other thing that when I first told Jim and the guys in the band, I said, when we first did our first theater tour, I said, do you guys see the difference in the ovation? Because you got 400 people or 600 people, packed in, and you got that balcony. So when those people all erupt at the same time, the first time I heard it, I was blown away, because it was almost like overpowering. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, wow. It's like at a show that when I was a kid, now I'm on the other side of it, receiving that ovation. That it's just another thing that you just go, my goodness, it's just almost too good to be true. But it's so cool because it's just so powerful. You know what I mean? Because when you're playing an outdoor show and there's maybe a couple thousand people, but they're spread out everywhere, it's not just this all together, boom, it's coming at you. You know what I mean? And that's the difference between the smaller hall and being in a big outdoor festival type thing.
The smaller theaters are really actually a lot of fun to play. A lot of times we'll either before or after the show, we'll go out and we'll meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's just, we've met the nicest people. We hear the best stories. It's really a lot of fun. Sometimes when it gets real large, it's like that intimacy is not there.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about, internally with our leadership teams and creative teams, we talk about synergy a lot, and we definitely talk a lot about the experience. We want to make sure that our patrons have a great experience. We want to be hospitable to the artists that we bring in, and we want the patrons, we want to be hospitable to them to provide a great a great experience for them. Because as our last guest pointed out, people can choose to spend their money on so many things. So we want to make sure if they're spending their money to come see a show at the Cat, that they're going to have a great experience. And we're excited. We know we're going to have a great experience with you guys. I mean, I've seen you guys do it, and we're excited. I'm excited because we just upgraded within last year our sound system. So we have a commercial grade sound system with line arrays and subwoofers. You're going to feel them. You're going to feel the subs under your feet, and it's fun. it's fun to play through that system.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. There's something about 400 people in a theater singing along and jamming to something so iconic. So February 27th. February 27th.
Yeah.
So
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
You can still get your tickets. They're going fast, though. We you might want to get them today, right?
Right.
We can get them at thecat.com. And notice they're on your website, displays them as well if they go to, what's your website is?
Out of Eden, Ohio. .com. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and Facebook, we're on Facebook as well. And we surpassed the 5,000 Mile Club a while back, and I think we're at 5,400 followers now. These called likes, now it's called follows.
Okay.
So we're very happy that people decided to click on and give us some love and follow along, and there's people that have been following the band way before I was around that are still checking them out, which is really cool, to have that type of, fan base, so to speak, It's good stuff, man. And we're getting new people there coming on board and they say, hey, I saw you. They came from an hour away to some other places. Well, we saw you down here and we wanted to come over here. And we can't believe they would drive across town to come see us, Yeah. And it just, you get blown away by how nice people are, to want to hear, I guess, the Eagles.
Yeah. Well, and the exciting thing for us, too, I mean, we live in Northeast Ohio where I wish the snow would go away, but, it's February. So go out to a nice venue and go see a good band in an indoor setting. A lot of people are looking for things to do in the winter months. This is a great opportunity.
And one other thing, if I could add to that theater experience, to me, from playing in bars and everywhere else, when you play in the theater, there's so much respect. Nobody has their phone on unless they're doing this.
Yeah.
But no phone rings. You don't hear anything. You don't hear people talking in between your songs. I mean, it's really a cool experience. Mm-hmm. I mean, they respect it, and we respect that, really. Because you could imagine, during Desperado, someone talking to somebody about something, right? I mean, it would just ruin everything. But it's really cool that people do the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very good. Well, we appreciate you guys coming into the studio, and
Thanks
we look
for coming
forward
in.
to seeing you.
Thanks for having us.
That's a first for me, so this is cool, man. So,
Yeah.
okay. Well, hey, we're out of Eden, and come check us out, and come check us out on Facebook or check us out on our website. And we hope to see you at one of our shows very soon.
Very good.
And we thank you both for having us.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks so much.